brings us to Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and we often make jokes about Saturn, as much as you can make jokes about Saturn, about being miserable, about being, unhappy. But Saturn doesn't have to be that way. Saturn likes to be respected, and Saturn needs to be put to work. So wherever Saturn lands in your chart is where you might feel a little bit of pain, a little bit of pressure to do something. But if you make Saturn work for you and put it to work, then that's the way it likes to be used. So Capricorns have been feeling, I think, a little bit stuck and trapped these past couple years. And they kind of have this, because of the way that they are, they might look at things as if, they've done something wrong, or I deserve this, or, I have to give something up. But it, like I keep saying, it doesn't have to be that way. If you can just find a way to channel that. And one of the things I would recommend for Capricorns is meditation. Giving yourself a little bit of time out to listen to music, to do the things that you enjoy, and make a time and a place for that to happen. I think that a lot of this energy can be moved into making changes in the way they work in the workplace, perhaps searching for a job that suits their talents a lot more than it has been recently. Now, Saturn moves into retrograde motion in April. We have two other planets that are moving in retrograde motion, Venus and Mercury, also moving in retrograde motion all at the same time. So that's a tremendous, and Jupiter as well. So that's a tremendous amount of retrograde motion. And as we keep saying, retrograde motion isn't about bad things happening or having to avoid things. It's about using that energy to redo something. So, for example, with Mercury, might be having to replan something. For Venus, might be having to step away from a relationship to get some space. With Saturn, it might have to be something to do with getting away from the workplace, having a little holiday or a little bit of a break, just to check your goals and make sure that they still work for you.
It's very true that I think both the Saturn ruled signs, Aquarius and Capricorn, need to take the Saturn retrograde that's happening in 2017 as you said, a time to actually go back and whatever you thought you didn't try or didn't do and didn't attempt, just have that bit of a break and cut yourself some slack to do that.
Or not accepting failure as being a failure, but as being something you tried, you couldn't do, and maybe going back and giving it another go.
Yeah. And specifically for Capricorns, the theme for the last couple of years is that changes in the home environment have been very impactful on your ability to feel like you need to work, or what work you do, your work performance, the self-esteem that's associated with that. And maybe some of those changes were out of your control, but it seems like it's becoming a lot of hard work to have fun. Or it could be that you're having fun with larger-than-life sort of events. So you prefer to go to a concert rather than going to a club, or prefer to go to a big outdoor drive-in or something.
Did you say impactual?
Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word. It just came up.
I love it. Yeah. I want to adopt it.
So I think my view for Capricorn for 2017 is to give yourself a chance that whatever creative activity that you're trying to do, you've been anyway planning to do it as maybe an official business for a long time, or formalize it in some way for a long time. And I think even though in your head you think it's a decade-long project, which it may very well be for most of you, but in 2017 specifically, you can do something to have that creative hobby where you're working with your hands, handiwork, artwork, involvement with the arts and humanities, with Jupiter being in Libra. That's very possible for you to develop in that way. The children are out and about doing their thing. They're rising, they're accomplishing stuff, so that's fine. So at the same symbolism that is taking care of children, you now have to find your own children, your own inner child, to give that sense of same accomplishment in your personal life. And that would make your home situation and living situation feel a lot more satisfying for you in the year of 2017.
And just a final note, really. Saturn moves into Capricorn on the same day as the winter solstice on the 21st of December. So that's going to have, in the cardinal signs, it's going to have a huge impact, because a lot of astrologers use the winter solstice point as their prediction for the whole entire year. So 2018, looks...
It's time to get dirty.
Yes.
It's time to get down with it.
Now we're coming to Capricorn, that old goat that climbs the mountain patiently.
Yes. For Capricorn, your ruling planet is Saturn. So for 2017, your ruling planet lands in the 11th house. This is the house of gains. So perhaps over the last year of 2016, you've been there's been strong focus, perhaps maybe some constriction or limitation in and around your financial gains, having to really look at the books and make sure everything is in order. And also 11th house is also connected with friends as well, so they could have been maybe difficult, maybe you haven't been seeing much of them perhaps over the last year. Saturn will move again from your 11th house into your 12th house. This is a moksha house. This is quite a spiritual house. This is a house also about diffusion and letting go as well. So there will be a very big transition from your gains and what you're gaining from work and friends, and where you're having to perhaps maybe let go of it to some degree as Saturn moves into your 12th house. So that's first. Jupiter is going to be in your 9th house. House of travel, house of the guru, spiritual matters, and Jupiter during the course of the year will move from your 9th house into your 10th house. 10th house again is about your public persona, your public image, your career. This could be a promotion, change of jobs, change of direction in terms of your goals and what you're aiming for in life. So there's going to be again lots of concentration in and around this. Rahu and Ketu, however, are in your 2nd and 8th house axis. This is to do with your finances and other people's finances. And at some point in the year, they are going to change. They're going to move from the 2nd and 8th house, which is to do with other people's money, other people's resources, and also your own personal money. And it's going to move into the 1st house and the 7th house, which is going to be to do with relationship. Now, this really shows us that relationship is really going to be a very, very strong strong focus for you. Also as well, for those of you who have moons in Capricorn or Lagnas in Capricorn, as Saturn is going to be moving into Sagittarius, which is the previous sign before Sagittarius, you're going to be beginning the first phase of your Sadi-Sati. This is the 7.5 period that Saturn takes to transit the sign before your moon sign, where your moon sign is, and the sign after your moon sign. So you'll be entering the strong phase. And guess what? The moon rules the 7th house. So if your moon is in Capricorn, you may be having a challenging time ahead of you 2017 in regards of relationships. So you're going to have to take these matters extremely very seriously.